Warning: members of the podcast are not professional analysts and are bound to make unreasonable and uneducated claims, which should not be taken seriously.
This is Nico with the At the 50 podcast, and we are doing our week 3 recap.
It's episode 5.
This is episode 5.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to go ahead and read down the list. Same as last week, give us scores, our predictions, basically opinions about the game, just overall discussion. We'll start with the Thursday night football game, which was Steelers-Browns. Browns come out on top 29-17.
That felt good, watching the Steelers lose, especially the Browns. Even though they're both in the Bengals division, it's always a good day when the Steelers lose.
Especially in their situation where the Browns really aren't going to, I feel like, do much. The Steelers have an opportunity, so if they lose early on, it's good.
Yeah, I don't like either team. I don't like the Browns, especially with the Deshaun Watson pickup. I like some of the players like Jacoby Brissett, Nick Chubb, like them. Great players, great people, but just,
The 29-17 score doesn't really reflect
how good the Browns are.
how good. Yeah, also it could have ended easily 22-17, but if you remember on the last play of the game, there was a fumble recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. So it was closer than a lot of people think, but the Steelers didn't really have any chance. Realistically, I think they had maybe a minute 30 or something going into their 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
They were way back in their territory. It just isn't going to happen.
Yeah, especially with their offense not being, just being in the shape it is. It's kind of, I honestly don't think I don't think the offense is very good. Especially, I'm not a Trubisky guy. Neither am I a Steelers guy at all.
I like Trubisky, but their offense, it doesn't. It's not firing.
There's not an identity.
Yeah.
No explosiveness to it. Nothing. No. Just.
They've got a lot of young players in that offense that could be really good, but right now they're all just pretty average.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And with the quarterback situation, Kenny Pickett, a lot of people are saying he should start, but in my opinion, with a lot of QBs that come out of the draft, it's rare to see them adjust so quickly to an NFL level. So I think sitting behind Trubisky, even though he's not great, still sitting behind a veteran QB can still be good for his development.
There's a lot to learn from him. I'll move on to Texans Bears.
You skipped the game.
Sunday 1:00 slate.
Saints-Panthers.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do my list or your list?
It's the exact same list we've used every time. We're on the same list as you. You just skipped the game.
Yeah.
Why are you on ESPN this time?
That's why we're not on
You
ESPN.
told us NFL box score last time. Now.
All right. Anyways, go ahead. What game?
Saints and Panthers. 22 Panthers, 14 for the Saints. Kind of a defensive game, to be honest.
Neither team is very good at all.
Yeah. Earlier on, I was a big believer in the Saints defense. I really thought, since they made some noise in the offseason, that they were going to be an elite defense, kind of, but their defense is definitely lacking.
Anybody who lets Carolina score 22 points should be condemned.
you have to remember though, 7 of those points were because of a defensive strip, because they stripped the ball.
But the offense for the Saints has no business being as unproductive as it is. 14 points is ridiculous if you have Chris Olave, Mike Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I know Jameis Winston isn't the star quarterback that everybody wants, but all of their weapons, they shouldn't be scoring only 14 points. It's kind of
their weapons have high potential, right?
You could have just referenced that in every single episode.
Also, the Panthers really just they're starting to use Christian McCaffrey a little more this week, but he hasn't gotten a whole lot of touches so far.
I think they're very concerned about his brittle.
And this is his last year on his rookie contract, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think they've taken his 5th-year option, or if.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I got a notification from Bleacher Report or something that he wasn't participating in practice because of something.
Oh.
It's not like a seasonal thing. He's injured, but Anyways, next game.
We got the Bears and Texans. Bears coming off with a very close win, 23-20. Texans going 0-2-1 now. So
Good. That's
Love
good.
seeing the Bears win.
I love seeing the Bears win. The Bears are my second favorite team. I feel like the Bears' offense might be starting to come together a little bit. I mean, 23 points against Texans traditionally is kind of like whatever, decent game. But Lovie Smith has actually put together a pretty competent defense in Houston somehow. I don't know how it just came out of nowhere, and they're actually good. I would say they're pretty good.
Davis
defense.
Mills looking pretty
Yeah,
decent.
he
Although
looks good.
like I've heard a lot of stuff like Texans fans are kind of split between him. Like a lot of people, some of them think like he could be a franchise quarterback, not like an amazing franchise quarterback, but like a decent one for a couple years.
Like Joe Burrow.
Shut
Yes.
up.
Or some
He's
people
not
are
a
thinking
franchise
they might need to go into the draft again.
Wait.
But
Joe Burrow is
He's a franchise quarterback. I meant to say he's not just a couple of years. He's going to be there for a long time.
Well,
We're
I
keeping
mean,
him
look
there.
yeah, looking at the
no.
O-line.
He's tough. Okay, he's not Andrew
Sure,
Luck.
Andrew Luck was
Yeah.
tough, too.
No, he was fragile.
What do you
No,
mean
he
fragile?
was tough,
Andrew
and then
Luck
he
would
got into the
literally
league
just
and had no
bulldoze
line.
people and break ribs and everything. He didn't care. He does the
Yeah.
same thing. Joe Burrow's literally looking like Andrew Luck right now. If they don't get a line, he's not going to
Yeah.
last. It's just how it is. I have absolutely no feelings
No
towards the Bengals.
What game were we talking about?
Bears,
You're
Texans.
staring
Yeah.
at a picture of
No.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Justin Fields, but he has no weapons right now. Like he has no help on that offense.
Darnell Mooney, I mean, like, he can be a factor, but he's just not been so far.
They don't
I-
have star
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, and especially
Anywhere.
with Montgomery hurt too. That's a big blow.
and then that O line hasn't been the greatest.
Yeah. Monty's terribly inconsistent, too. It's kind of ridiculous. But
But Khalil Herbert's been pretty decent so far this season.
Yeah.
So
We've seen some pretty good production from him. Nick Chubb, not Nick
this
Chubb.
week is fantasy, Khalil Herbert.
Roquan Smith.
Absolutely.
I don't know why. I don't know why I said Nick Chubb, but Roquan Smith. He had I think it was a game-winning pick, if I remember correctly.
He saved the game. But
Pay that
Khalil
man.
Herbert in fantasy this week. Absolutely bald.
And moving on to the next game, really enjoyable game for me and Van here. Colts beating the Chiefs 20-17.
Yes.
Stupid
Finally,
game.
we need to win.
Stupid
Shut up, you
game.
don't get to talk
Chiefs
about
are
this.
super.
Sky Moore threw it.
inconsistent.
You don't get to talk about this.
Sky Moore
Special
threw it.
teams for Kansas City. I don't know what's wrong with them. Also, that fake field goal. That
Oh
throw
my
was
That was so
dude-
funny to watch.
Tommy Townsend has thrown 2 other passes in his career, completed both of them, and this had to be the easiest one, and he just completely overthrew.
He had the receiver sitting there wide open
Yeah.
for like most of the time, and he just kept on running. I was like,
The script
Come
is moving along.
What?
The script.
The script,
Yes.
the Colts script.
Yes.
NFL literally wants the Colts to go
To suffer.
the playoffs. No, they do because they give us.
They
like,
don't.
Yes, they do. They literally give us the easiest schedules all the time when like we have like a winning.
Okay, yeah.
and then
so
what
they
do you
get-
do with that? What do you
get
We
do?
don't
the
do
schedules
anything.
and then throw it in the trash.
Last year, but
Jelani Woods,
Jelani
elite.
6 of your games with
He-
the Jaguars,
okay.
the Texans, and the Titans, and you guys still managed to suck every year.
I don't want to hear anything about Jelani Woods.
Excuse me, when was the last time? What are you even talking about?
The Colts suck.
What was our record last year?
Why the hell would I know your record last year? You should know your record
See?
last year.
I know the record. I'm asking.
All
you.
right, let's hear it. What's the record?
9-8. We went 9-8 last year.
Mid. Did you make it to the playoffs?
No, we missed the playoffs. You want to know something? The year before that, we made it to the playoffs. So I don't know where you're getting.
You want me to tell you something? The year before that, the Seahawks made it to the playoffs. Are they good? No, they're trash. So let's.
Are you really comparing?
A year before that, the Bears made it to
anyway,
the playoffs. And are
anyway,
they good?
anyway,
No, they're trash.
guys.
Anyway,
No idea what he's talking about.
anyway,
Hold on, we're not done with that game.
Jelani Woods. That's what I was trying to say. You guys were saying, "Oh, Jelani Woods with his touchdowns." The guy is a vulture. He had 2 catches, 2 touchdowns,
He's
4 yards.
He's a red zone threat.
He
has
total
4 yards.
He's 6'7". He's gonna.
That
Obviously,
doesn't. Height doesn't
He's
matter.
a vertical threat.
Size does not matter, Van.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, he's 6'7". I mean, they're going to be throwing to him
God.
in the end zone at a much higher rate than they're going to be throwing to him in mid.
But don't don't say, "Oh my God, he's the best." Like your background for your phone is literally Jelani Woods catching a touchdown pass.
Dude, this background is nuts.
I
don't think
No.
he's the best.
It's
No.
so zoomed in, you can't even see what's happening. You just see the back of it.
Price, you have been looking at a picture of Joe Burrow for the entire episode so far.
All right, so
Moving on.
Yeah,
Colts come out on top. Yeah. Dolphins, Bills. I
What
thought it was going
the
to be
heck?
a crazy shootout of a game. Kind of disappointed. Dolphins continuing their unbeaten streak.
Butt punt.
Yet they're undefeated. Yet.
What, you think the Bengals are going to
Oh
beat
my
them?
God, the
So
Bengals are
the
100%
Dolphins are
gonna
going to
beat
be 4-0 this week.
No, they're not. Bengals are going to beat them.
Dolphins win.
Tua is. I don't believe in Tua at all. He's done good so far, but I think it's a fluke.
He is just like Josh Allen. I'm not saying he's as good as Josh Allen, but they've literally had almost identical careers, like for the 3-year point. Like at the
He does
3-year
have a
mark,
point.
they have had
But
identical
they do
careers.
not play the same at all.
No.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying
Josh
they play the
Allen
same.
makes good
I'm saying-
passes. Tua underthrows the passes.
All right, listen.
Then you got a guy
everybody
running
here's
100 miles an hour.
listen, Everyone here's talking about Tua's throwing motion looking super kind of wobbly. It just doesn't look pretty. It's because he's a lefty. It's because he's a lefty and the way the cameras are positioned.
I'm a lefty
If you-
too, but I'm not talking about him
Are you
being
an
a
NFL
lefty.
quarterback?
I could be. One day.
If you flip the frame to make it look like Tua's a right-handed quarterback, he just looks like every other quarterback in the league.
But that's not. I'm not talking about his throwing motion or anything like that. He's just.
You did in the episode.
You just hate him.
That did not exist.
No. What I'm saying is
you just
he
hate him.
Can't make. Doesn't throw the ball good. Okay.
You just hate him.
Well, for someone who
Yeah,
doesn't
he
throw
does
the,
have a lot
the
of
ball
underthrows
good, he's having
and
quite a good
overthrows.
season.
Yeah, his accuracy is definitely a struggle, but he's not bad.
Dolphins win.
when
Bengals
you
No,
lose.
they don't. And especially with Tyreek irrelevant, talking trash about Eli Apple.
Tyreek Hill is not irrelevant.
I'm saying that Eli. This is a hot take, everyone. Hot
Eli
take.
Apple is trash.
Hot take. We got a hot take, guys.
Hot take here. I'm saying Eli Apple, because of Tyreek's comments, Eli Apple's going to lock up Tyreek,
God.
and also that Tua will throw 2 or more interceptions.
All right.
If the
Everybody
Bengals put Eli Apple on Tyreek Hill, they're going to lose.
Even if they put
It doesn't even matter if they put anybody. If it's a one-on-one with Tyreek Hill, you get burned.
You know what?
That's how
We
it
need.
they could literally
100%.
they could literally put Hilton
I'm going to
on.
bring in a whiteboard, and we're going to
They're
put it
not
up
gonna
there,
put
and
T.Y.
we're going to
Hill.
have failed hot takes, a failed hot takes board.
Why
So
would
then
they put
every time
T.Y.
someone makes a
Hill
hot
on
take,
Tyreek
we have
Hill?
that up there.
Remember this.
Why are you looking at
Anytime
that?
they get one-on-one with Tyreek Hill, it doesn't matter if you put Eli Apple. It doesn't matter if you put what's his name,
T.Y. Hilton, according to him.
Mike Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton is a.
And it doesn't matter if you go one-on-one with Tyreek.
No, if they
he's
put
one of the
if they put a
fastest-
Woozy on him too, it's.
I mean,
he's
Awuzi's
done.
good,
Yeah,
but
you're gonna
no,
have the free
Tyreek Hill's
safety
going to
doubling
burn
him.
him.
And then they got
Obviously.
Who else he's got in the backfield? Who else does he have? He's to go against. He's got Jesse Bates. He's got Daxton Hill, who's great. If they played him more, which it's stupid that he only got 2 snaps last week, and he's only had like a total of 8 snaps, even though we picked him real high.
I'm not a Bengals fan. Don't look at me.
Anyway, I'm just saying he's got a lot of obstacles
gonna be
to
a
go
good
around.
game.
It's gonna be a good
It'll be a
game.
good game.
The Dolphins will win.
If the O-line, it's gonna be a good game if the O-line does its job. But I'm not.
They're not going to. They're the whole
Who's the defensive weapons on Dolphins O-line?
Oh, their D-line.
Yeah.
All I know is that
Sounds right.
Xavier Howard is going to pick off Joe Burrow.
That's a lie.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a good game.
They don't
We'll
have-
establish that. Next,
Yeah.
we're not even giving a recap here. We're just talking.
Oh yeah,
about-
my bad.
God.
Tyler Boyd, good game last week against the
We're
Jets. That was a
talking
good
about
touchdown.
The Vikings and the
We're
Lions.
getting to your game. Next
Vikings Lions game.
Anyway.
Sad the Lions lost. Vikings getting their second win.
Thank you, Justin Jefferson, for showing up to the game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My fantasy team kind of hurt there,
game.
even though I still won.
DeAndre Swift injured. Out
Let's
for
just
3
hope he
weeks.
can do it again.
The Lions really need him to do well. I mean, they have got Jamal Williams, but DeAndre Swift is going to be probably one of the best backs in the league in a couple of years. I feel like.
Definitely.
That's a
then
reasonable thing to
Jamal
say.
Williams has really
Yeah,
shown
he's-
himself, though.
He's
That's-
good. He likes to score a lot of
I like-
touchdowns. He's kind of like a James Conner.
Lions have
Yeah.
a new god with Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know,
Much
the
better
sun
than
god.
His brother. Much better
Yeah.
than his brother. Amon-Ra is a stud. He's a stud. I'm drafting him next year. Y'all are not getting him. But
Is that
what was
win-
the final score for that game?
28-24, just a close game, fun to watch.
Lions
Suck.
were driving on a game-winning drive
Li-
and they got picked off.
Lions definitely looking like a really good team this year. I feel like we could see them in the playoffs, especially with how their division is. I mean, Green Bay is good. Like Green Bay is good, but like
You think the Lions can win the?
they're not. No, they're not going to win the division.
Wait.
But I'm saying they could make it to the wild card.
I don't think Green
not-
Bay's good anymore.
What division are they? North.
North, yeah.
That's right. Nothing south.
Green Bay's decent. Like they're
Okay,
not. They're
they
not
have-
great, but they're decent.
I
But
definitely
they have a
don't
bunch
think.
of children to throw to. Like their wide receivers are.
Robert Tunyon and Alan Lazard.
I mean, so
Okay,
does
yeah,
so
no,
does the
their
Lions.
Their tight end's pretty decent, but then and they've got two good running backs. They have no wide receivers to throw
Alan
to.
Lazard.
He's okay.
Dobbs
He's
is
just, like,
looking great.
I mean, we
Looking
gotta see
great
a couple weeks
to
down the line how the
stretch.
Packers are doing to make an evaluation, like a proper evaluation of.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the Packers do not deserve the. What was it? Were they third on the power rankings that came
Yeah,
out?
they were really
recently?
high up. in
The
those.
we are not going to be using the power rankings that the NFL comes out with because they were just absolutely
Everyone
It was
awful.
atrocious.
They were atrocious.
Except for the Colts.
Which-
Right.
Okay.
The Colts at 23 is ridiculous, and you know it. Say it.
No, I'm not gonna say.
I'm honestly going to say I kind of
Say
see
it
us.
without bias. No bias. What should?
I'm literally not showing any bias. It's,
The
Van-
Colts
no,
have genuinely
Van,
not been a
I-
high ranked team. They've
I agree
lost
with them.
to the Jaguars and tied the Texans. That is not a good team.
I agree. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
23 is too low.
It does not matter how talented our roster is. We have not had the production to say that we can be a top 20, top 15 team. It doesn't matter what our record was
anyway,
was
next
last year.
Next year.
Now you should be.
First week offense. I would
We
say,
should be,
definitely.
but we have not proven it.
What did I say?
Moving on to the Patriots Ravens
All right,
game.
you guys just wait. Just wait. All right. Next game.
Ravens 37 beating the Patriots 26. Mac Jones injured. Let's talk about it. What are you guys saying?
It's fine.
Who do they have?
Bill Belichick. What do I look like? A doctor?
Who do they have as a backup quarterback for Patriots?
Patriots backup quarterback.
Cam Newton.
It's like Bill
Is it Sid the
Zappy in
Kid
it.
still, or did he go somewhere else?
I have no idea who it is.
I honestly don't know. I don't think Mac Jones is. It's a serious injury.
Didn't they draft a QB?
Yeah, didn't they draft like Zappy or something?
Brian Hoyer still? Oh, and Bailey Zappi is their third.
Bailey
I don't know who
Zappi.
they would play. They'd probably play Hoyer. They need a veteran presence for their receivers. But Ramondre Stevenson, Damien Harris, like the running core that they've got going on is proving to be
Oh, yeah, I definitely like Stevens.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, he I watched some of the games with him. He looks explosive. Like he hits hard.
Yeah, he's
I feel like
their core is good. They complement each other well.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Colts, like running back core when we had like Marlon Mack, and Naheem Hines. When Mack was good, like when he was decent running back.
I
Like
think
it
he's
was,
still good. He's
it
just
was,
getting the opportunities.
it was just like kind of like a 1-2 punch always. But then they have that third option.
They need to figure out their receiver. I mean, they got Devontae Parker. but
Parker's been looking pretty decent. He's kind of picking up steam now.
Sure. The Ravens are just steamrolling people.
Mark Andrews, the goat.
Mark Andrews, yeah, exactly. And Lamar Jackson. Anybody notice on Instagram, NFL account posts top 5 for every position. Top 5 passing yards, top 5 rushing yards, top 5 receivers. Well, this week, they only posted the top 3 rushing yards because they want to leave Lamar Jackson out of it because he's number 5, I think.
Yeah,
They
he
don't
is.
want to see Lamar Jackson on the list because they hate when QBs do that for some reason. I don't know why. So they only posted the top 3 rushers, which actually for the first time in a while, over half a year, it does not include Jonathan Taylor. So shed a tear for that, but we don't give him the ball. So
Best running back in the league.
he's 4th. So
Yeah.
To confirm though, it
is
is
Joe Mixon up there though?
he will be. To confirm that Brian Hoyer is the backup.
Is he going to start?
I'm not sure, but
I think they
it's
said-
Mac
I think
Jones.
they
Mac
said
Jones
he
is
was.
doubtful.
I don't think
So
they put Bailey's out.
Mac Jones, I thought he was gonna. It's a sprain, if I remember. I think he's gonna be out for 2 weeks. I think Zach.
Next game?
Yeah. Bengals Jets.
Bengals Jets.
all right, I'm going to talk about that. Good win. Bengals looking solid. They're kind of getting into a groove. finally. Burrow, 300-plus yards, couple touchdowns, no interceptions this time.
Want to come tonight?
No.
Yo, stop messing with your mic, bro. It just cut out for
Yeah,
a
you're
second.
hitting-
Yeah,
you're
you
hitting
keep
that.
hitting that.
Just screwing it up.
Nose, don't mess with it.
Anyway, the O-line looked pretty good that game, actually. They only gave up 2 sacks, 2, 3.
Only
Right,
two.
which
Only
is-
2
Let's
sacks.
Hey,
go.
that's pretty good. I mean, it's better. It's
That's
better
a lot
than
less than
8 or 7.
Colts.
Yeah, but Tyler Boyd looked really good in that game. He had 100 plus. He had like 106 yards, maybe. He had 1 touchdown, which that touchdown was pretty good. That was a good touchdown. Defense looked pretty good. Logan Wilson with 2 picks. I believe he had both of those.
Logan Wilson.
Jets only scoring 12 points, all from field goals. Just
Logan Wilson gets so much shade when we're talking about the best linebackers in the league.
I know.
He
Never
is so
even-
good. He's
never
so
even
underrated.
mentioned in-
Yeah.
The only people they talk about are Leonard Warner and Wagner, but no one ever mentions Logan Wilson.
Yeah,
He's definitely better than Bobby Wagner, in my opinion.
I think he's
Right
really
now
good.
he is, yeah. But like, I didn't even think Bobby Wagner was that good last year.
He's getting
But,
old, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he's better. I think Logan Wilson's better than Fred Warner. I don't think he's better than Shaquille Leonard.
Oh,
I mean, this season,
Fred
yeah,
Warner,
because
I don't
Leonard
agree.
hasn't played, but
yeah, but our defense has a lot of good weapons, and I think
I don't
once we
they haven't been playing to their potential.
Yeah.
They're like the Colts. There are so many similarities between the Bengals and the Colts right now. Like all this talent on defense. The difference is the Bengals have established talent. The Colts have a lot of raw potential, a lot of young guys, but we do have some veterans coming in making great plays like Stephon Gilmore, Ronnie McLeod. But like the Bengals have so much established talent, but so much potential. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and one of the talents is Daxton. What's his last name? Daxton Hill. Yeah, yeah.
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 I'm sorry.
He doesn't remember, but
Yeah, but he's really good. I mean, in the preseason, he was a superstar, and he's only gotten like 8 snaps this whole season, and I think he definitely should be used more, especially since Jesse Bates is on the franchise tag, and
Let's talk about the Jets, though.
just a frauds. Joe Flacco, not the Flack Goat.
Zach Wilson's coming back, though. It is confirmed.
whoa,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he's coming
That's
back.
gonna make such a big difference.
It is. It is.
Yeah, but
Man is a legend.
They had a drive there at the end where Bengals defense was kind of giving up, but I mean,
I don't know.
I like Brees Hall, their running back. I think he's good.
Yeah.
Brees.
Moving on to the Titans, Raiders.
Michael Carter.
Raiders being the only 0-3 team now.
Raiders
Titans
are
beating
falling
them
apart.
24-22.
Play calling, garbage.
They have such a good team. It is a disgrace that they're not better than they are right now.
Exactly. The Josh McDaniels, typical case, ex-Patriots coach ruining other franchises. They all like to. I don't know why. Belichick makes people look fantastic. That's just kind of his thing. And then they go
Tom
out-
Brady made him look fantastic.
True. But I'm talking about coaching wise. Then they just like go out and ruin other franchises. They should not be 0-3. They should be 3-0.
Yeah.
The Raiders, there's no reason.
Or at least
They
like
gotta
2-1.
If they don't beat the Broncos, they should crucify McDaniels because it's ridiculous. Derek Carr's partially to blame, but not as much
Yeah.
as the coaching.
He-
It's ridiculous.
I've looked at Derek Carr's like stats through the years and stuff. His completion is like percentage is a big problem because it's like
He's a
it's-
loose cannon.
I kind of
50% or
get
less.
Carson Wentz vibes. Like he tries to play a lot of hero ball.
yeah.
Sure. He's better than Wentz. Anyways,
Titans,
garbage. I hate the Titans.
kind of just in a state of limbo. Not really a lot to talk about.
Derrick
Derrick
Henry's
Henry's kind of washed right now.
washed.
He had a good game though.
He had a good. He had a
played
good
really
game.
well against the Raiders.
He had a great game.
You're
Just
saying that 'cause
he's
you're a
not.
Jonathan Taylor fan, even though Jonathan Taylor's
just-
played worse than Derrick Henry so far. They've both had one good game, and then the other 2 games were trash. Both players.
All right,
So,
whatever.
Okay.
It's
Anyways,
Moving on.
Tennessee coming this week. Derrick Henry is not getting over 100 yards. No shot.
We'll see which
No
one does better.
Is that a hot take?
What?
Is that a hot take
No,
or
it's a cold
just
take.
cool
Derrick
take?
Henry is washed. Our D line is going to start trying.
Okay.
All right.
Now it's getting hot.
That's a
All right.
Colts deal.
here's a hot make a hot take on what Matt Ryan's going to do.
Against
7
Tennessee
fumbles,
secondary,
1 game.
Matt Ryan's going to throw 4 picks, fumble the ball 9 times, and we're going to win somehow.
That's,
Yep.
Ooh, that
Sounds about
last
right.
part was hot.
Moving on, and speaking about picks, we got the Eagles Commanders. Wentz liking to throw shovel pass interceptions
Real
all the
bad.
time.
Real bad.
Eagles winning 24-8. They going 3-0.
Eagles are them. Commanders, they're
They are not them.
They're
All
not.
right.
With all the talent that the Commanders have on offense, you'd expect a lot more than 8
You'd
points.
expect more split reps between McLaurin and Samuel, but
McLaurin gets nothing right now.
Carson Wentz just doesn't like throwing to Scary Terry, apparently.
He is their best receiver, and
Though
he's
he
getting
did have-
nothing.
He did have
He did have a
decent game
couple
this
of
last week,
receptions.
so-
Todio Gibson
Antonio Gibson's a stud. I'm glad I
looking
said.
great.
But
No, he's not overrated. Wait, what'd you say?
I said
Looking
looking
great.
great.
Looking
God.
good.
Eagles,
Hurts is him.
Hurts is him after like the first quarter. The
Yeah,
first
he
quarter,
takes a
it-
second, but he's that guy.
It's like he uses the first quarter as a warm up because every game, it's the first few passes are just incomplete, and then he's just like, "Oh, I know how to throw a football."
I'm an NFL quarterback. Trying to complete some passes.
Yeah,
Devontae Smith looking great.
Yeah,
Man had a breakout game.
yeah,
He had 0 points in the first.
can I cut him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Next game.
Jaguars Chargers. That was a slaughter.
Chargers,
I loved it.
Chargers have J.C. Jackson out. Rashawn Slater got injured. Keenan Allen got nothing. They
Herbert's
rushed for
hurt.
No yards. Herbert is nowhere near 100%. That's justifiable for them to lose to Jacksonville, but by 28 points.
Trevor
They
Lawrence,
are.
Christian Kirk, elite.
Christian Kirk is elite. James Robinson, elite.
It's-
Trevor Lawrence is arriving.
That's a wide stretch or like a long stretch there to say Trevor Lawrence is elite. I think him and Tua,
No, he's one of the players he didn't say was elite. He
He's
said
a
they
runner.
were
No, that's what-
arriving. He
but
was
still-
getting there.
Christian Kirk is
I
Christian
think
Kirk is elite, though.
Tua and Trevor Lawrence are both. I say they're in kind of just. This is kind of a phase. I think it's phase, and I don't think it's going to last.
Is Joe Burrow in a phase right now?
He was in a phase.
Joe Burrow's already shown that he can go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, even though he gets sacked 7 times in the
Even
game.
though they got smacked, it's fine. Joe Burrow is established. He's not going anywhere. I mean, unless he injured.
And speaking about the Super Bowl, we have the Rams-Cardinals game.
Boring.
Both teams trash. I mean, okay, so the Rams are good, but let's be honest, the Rams are good, but I hate them.
I kind of feel like the Rams have kind of fallen off. The only like actual touchdown that I remember, I think they had another one, was Cooper Kupp rushing into like making a
Yeah.
rushing touchdown.
What? So they'll let
too much Call of Duty.
they'll let Cooper Kupp rush the ball, but they won't let Cam Akers.
I know they don't let Cam Akers do
With
anything. must
Yeah, they were
have
talking
something.
about how they have 2 really good running backs, but we haven't
They don't
seen
use
them
them.
yet.
Use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
use him then. I didn't like watching that game.
Not really a lot to
But-
talk about, but I don't know.
Yeah. And the Cardinals just are not what they were at the beginning of last year. They started off like 8-0 last year,
It
and
all
then
started when they lost to the Colts on Christmas.
Yeah.
Smacked by Desmond Patman, who you two don't even know who he is.
No, I don't.
That's how far they fell. Desmond Patman is a stud. Anybody who knows Colts receiving depth.
Nico, do you want to have a little bit of a solo moment here, Falcons
So-
Seahawks game?
so the Falcons finally start using Kyle Pitts a little bit more, and the Seahawks just suck. Yeah, they just suck. I mean, they have such a good offense, and their defense just isn't keeping up with it. Like, their defense, they've had some moments this season, but it hasn't been it. And they need to figure some stuff out.
I think that's well said. I got another thing to say. Arthur Smith. Finally using Kyle Pitts, but other than that,
Finally.
I saw this on Benchwarmer Brand on Instagram, the tortilla guy, and I agree with him. I agree with him when I saw his analysis. I'm not going to say like what he said that Arthur Smith is a moron, but the
He is.
play calling, even in the
But-
win, the play calling for Atlanta is awful.
That seems to be a trend this year of just awful play calling.
Oh, yeah, every team
Literally
sucks.
every team. Like, even
Reich.
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
I mean, the Bengals have had some pretty questionable.
Definitely. I
Zach
think
Taylor moments.
Zach Taylor last year, what really helped the team was he was making good calls and
Yeah.
being a great coach. But he seems to be he's playing very conservative and he's scared, it seems like. Yeah.
And then, like, the Seahawks are still running an offense from the 1970s, so that's a bit of a problem.
Next game,
this-
Packers Bucks.
This sucked.
boring. Packers come out
Horrible game.
shooting from the hip, absolutely dogging on the Buccaneers.
And then they fall off.
And then they didn't score a single point for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
14-12.
Buccaneers barely losing because of a
2-point
what was it? Delay of game.
delay of game. I don't think they would have. I mean, everyone was like, Fournette walked into the end zone. Yeah, because the Packers defense stopped because of the whistle. I don't think he was going to score. I mean, it's hard to stop Leonard Fournette from going 2 yards, so maybe. But that was a boring game. Brady frustrated again. No receivers. Down 3 of them. Evans, Godwin, and who else was out?
Julio.
Julio.
Yeah.
Julio was out.
Can we get a moment of silence for the tablet we lost that day?
All right, moment of silence.
49ers Broncos. Broncos
Nathaniel
from
Hackett
the
needs to be
skin of
fired.
their teeth.
I watched that whole game and I want the time back. I'm going to sue the NFL.
I watched that
for
game too,
my
yeah.
life lost.
Such a boring game.
Nathaniel Hackett needs to be fired. He has been terrible at time management this
He
season.
hired a game management coach to help him
Yeah.
manage the clock.
And they still sucked at
It
it.
was better this last game.
Yeah.
It
Wait, did
wasn't
they hire him at the beginning of the season or just after those 2 games?
after the 2 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot take
It was
right
a lot
here.
better, but it wasn't great.
Oh no.
Broncos defense carries them again.
True.
Is going to carry them. Kind of like what we saw with Peyton Manning when he was garbage, and then their defense carried them to a Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl. I'm just going to say they could probably have a positive record, like a decent positive record, because of the Broncos defense. Is what I'm going to say.
I have another hot take here. Russell Wilson has brain damage. Like,
I just
is
think-
he stupid?
No.
What is he doing? He's leaving a solid offense with a bad O-line for a bad offense with a bad O-line.
I
That's
think
not a hot take. That's just like
What is he doing?
Facts.
all he needs to do is just start imagining that he's winning. He's got to
He
practice
does.
winning, and then he's gonna be cooking. Even though I don't think he's ever.
I
cooked.
love
The
Russell
Niners
Wilson.
offense garbage. I don't know
Jimmy
what the-
Garbage,
Orlovsky.
whatever. I can't make the joke.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Orlovsky.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Basically, that's all we gotta say. Everybody knows what that is. Stepping out of the.
I'm free. No,
The
bro.
awareness for a veteran quarterback to do
I
that.
know that's such a brain dead mistake there.
I don't know what. And then the game ended 11-10. That's awful. I hated it. It's almost as bad as the Rams Patriots Super Bowl in 2019.
That was so
Or-
bad.
When was that?
I thought it was like
Was that 19?
18, 19.
Whatever. It's all blur. Next game.
Cowboys,
Final game,
Giants.
Cowboys Giants.
America's team lost that day.
It wasn't as bad of a game though as the Sunday night game.
Cooper Rush is still undefeated.
Yeah,
Cooper Rush is elite.
the GOAT. He's better than Dak Prescott.
I'd rather see him have the starting position than
Kind of like
Dak.
They still don't even have Michael Gallup back.
it's a lot like
They're
Tom
doing
Brady's
well.
first season as quarterback, where he was a
Coming in-
backup for like a really good quarterback, an all-star quarterback. Then that guy got hurt, and then they have Tom Brady play. Tom Brady takes him to the playoffs.
So you're saying
they
Cooper
stuck
Rush
with
is
him.
going to win 7 Super Bowls?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not going that far, but I
Hot
mean,
take. Hot take.
Hot take.
That's more than a hot take. That's like a scalding take right there.
Scalding take. Cooper Rush 7 Super Bowls. No, the Cowboys. I don't care what their record is. They do not look great. In my
Their defense, though, Micah Parsons.
yeah, their
Insane.
pass rush is unbeatable with Micah
It's
Parsons.
insane.
Yeah.
He just mows people over. Everyone was like last year, no, it's a fluke. Micah Parsons isn't that guy. He's that guy.
He is them boys.
And then
He
the
is-
Cowboys, they have fantastic running backs as well. I mean,
And Saquon's
Pollard,
back. Saquon's
and
back.
Elliott.
on defense.
yeah.
Yeah, Zeke and Pollard. That's maybe one of the better duos.
Danny Dimes is not throwing dimes as much.
Nah, but he does it with his legs. He scored or not scored. I think he got 6 or 7 first downs for them just
Yeah.
by rushing.
He's fast.
He is fast. Yeah, he's a very fast quarterback.
Hopefully he just
He
doesn't
can't run
trip.
for too far though. Yeah, it's
No.
just
Yeah, and he trips. Yeah, we all remember.
Saquon is back. He's looking really good. Giants defense has been decent as well. I
they
have
haven't
to
been bad
say
at all.
they made some
It's a low
stops.
scoring game.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. That's all of our games. What do you guys have anything else power ranking wise? Anything? Any
That we already
predictions?
didn't complain about, but yeah, that's our week 3 recap. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. We will be back next week for our week 4 recap, and in between them we'll have some shorts coming out. Look out for any types of special videos, but we'll see you then.
And who dey?